Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today, we are on Dustless once again, and we are actually starting at the new Netherhub that we are building. So I can load in the Lightmatic here. You can see we still have quite a bit to go. I can show the full design. So yeah, this was designed by me. It's still not completely done, but that's pretty much it. We have these little chains that are going to connect. We started to break a little bit of bedrock here, by the way. And obviously, we also have an issue, which is here with the FTL. So we are actually going to be replacing this FTL soon with a different type of FTL, which is going to be called 422. I'm not going to leak any information about that though, because that is a very secret project between both me and Ches. Okay, so we also are building our bedrock breakers here. So this one here I think was designed by me and Binary. And then for the other strips here we also used one that was just by Binary. But yeah, so these are the bedrock breakers that we're using. They're pretty basic. We were trying to get this to work for multi-layer, but Ches for some reason couldn't spawn in the bot. But yeah, that doesn't really matter. Anyways, we can see a time-lapse of that soon. I think Ches is just finishing up editing that. But yeah, so you could also see that we've done a lot of progress around this area. So we dug a whole perimeter around it, obviously. We're gonna fill the walls with concrete and all that once the deco is done, which is something that I still need to do. Need to finish all of this bedrock breaking here, which we're hoping to do with one machine. And then we also need to get rid of this strip here also. And yeah, there's a whole lot of work to do here still, but we're actually making good progress now. The bolts actually have to be completely redone, because if you look at the heights, so these are the piston bolt tunnels. They are 3 blocks too high. And we must obviously lower them so that it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, so that's pretty much all that's been going on with the main hub here. But we can also see another project that we started, which is actually directly connected to Netherhub, which is this. So it's the Big Dig. If we go into this pearl booth and then we throw an ender pearl, so there's no bots on. Alright, so now we're here. We've already built a return cannon. This also is functional now. But let's go ahead and check this out. So, this was a massive project that Skydam convinced us to start. It is basically a massive dig project. So, here we have a lot of rails and trapdoors here. So this is a dig storage for the Nether, obviously. And with this we send it to the overworld through a track over here. Somewhere, I believe, I'm not sure. But anyways, there are a lot of blocks in this perimeter. It's 70 million to be exact. But yeah, it's a lot. It's pretty much almost double what the current highest volume is in a nether dug perimeter. So it's a lot to dig. Hopefully we can actually get this done within maybe even a year. So yeah, it's a lot, but hopefully if we have a couple people digging each day, it should be relatively okay. So yeah, over here you can see the dig storage. This whole thing here was designed by Penta, and the actual storage compartment here was done by me. So here we have just double speed unloaders, which unload the minecarts really quickly, and then we also send a piston line, which will shoot them into the nether. One thing that I can also say about that is Ches also messed up the portal caching on the system. So if you look here, keep in mind, in the nether, you need to cache every 2 pixels, so you basically shoot a rail to this side. It's only going to load this side of the portal, the first 2 pixels. So that's what gets cached there through this. And then if you look over here, the items just got put right in a line here. So we actually need to fix this caching system, but it shouldn't be that bad. But other than that, that's pretty much all that's been going on with this dig project. I think I need to go this way to get out. So that's pretty much it that's been going on with this dig project. Obviously we did an outline. We're still working on the battle breaker working. We're using egg autos. We started on this side here, but yeah, we still have a lot to do. I might also design a diagonal battle breaker for these bits, because I know that Penta was having some issues with those. So I need more rockets. Okay, so basically, that's all that's been happening with this project right now. But one thing that I also want to show is this cannon. So this was a old aligner of mine. This doesn't have the really good height, which is, what is it? I think it's 0.348817 or something. But yeah, the nice part about this cannon is that it's actually a really fast cannon. This is double detection, and you can see that the TNT gets triggered almost 2 seconds after. The delay is a little bit long, but that doesn't really matter. Alright. We also had a wire going to this return tower, but both me and Penta agreed that it looked ugly. So at the bottom here, we just put a chest grid. Also, this is also a hint for the 422 cannon. Chest loading will be utilized. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's been happening around Netherhub and the Big Dig project right now. Other than that, there's not really that much. We have been slowly taking apart these piston bolts as well. That's not that big of an issue though. So just to go over what still needs to be done, we need to actually finish building up the Netherhub. We need to break all the bedrock. We need to do the perimeter walls here, and we need to also design the perimeter walls and the floor, of course. But other than that, that's pretty much it that's been going on so far. I actually haven't been able to play recently because of some account migration stuff, which is very unfortunate, but it's whatever. I don't really mind it, whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much all that's been going on with the Nether. Of course, we still need to do some work in the overworld for this as well. Also, yeah, our overworld is a mess here now. But we basically need to move... Where is this? This caching system, we need to move it over to around here. Right beside this line, I'm pretty sure. Right about here. And that was what linked with the location in the Netherhub. Other than that, that's pretty much what that's been going on with the whole Netherhub project. In case you're also wondering, the reason that we decided to redo Netherhub... Also, wait, is RNG on? Oh, it is. I'm going to turn that off. Anyways, the reason that we had the Netherhub redesign take place was because the old Netherhub, which is built completely out of wood pretty much, was very annoying because it just kept on getting burnt down by ghasts and all that. So we decided, okay, it's enough, we're just going to tear down the old Netherhub, I'm going to design a new one, and then we're going to build it. And that's exactly what we did here. Okay, so it's been about a couple of days now since the last clip, and we've made quite a bit of progress here. So first thing, we put a giant melon roof above, and that is because, of course, we are doing better breaking, and we don't trust Ches to not have decks fall on the nether roof. So that's basically why we did that. Other than that, though, everything else is going pretty well. So we had an issue with this better breaker, of course. This is the end player one, which was designed by me in Binary, of course, but we're still need to build the rest of it. That is kind of some nice progress, but I don't know, we still have to do a lot of work with that. We still haven't taken down any of the FTL, which is something that we need to do. We need to get rid of this corner here, kind of, and put it more outwards. But that's not much of an issue. So we got a couple more piston bolts. So here we have our main storage bolt. Just a very short one, just to go from our main storage. By the way, both of these bolts were designed by me, so the main storage one, and I think, what was the other one that we have? That one there. I think that was the end bolt, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it is, okay. These are the only two that we have so far. And you can see that the end bolt is a little bit longer, but it's also, yeah, much nicer. So we finally actually have working end bolt now. Even with the old Netherhub, we never had one that was really working. Kind of just had an endstone platform. But yeah, that's so far what we've just been working on recently, just getting bolts done, and that's pretty much it. One thing that we also are working on with the end right now is we're trying to build a, what do you call it, a concrete generator. The one by BBC, which is 192,000 items an hour. He posted it in TMA just in case any of you guys want it. And we're trying to get that to work with a concrete factory, which is what me and Penta are designing right now. But other than that, that's most of what happened. Also, I want to go check out the very bottom layer because we actually did some improvements here. So we added another layer to the actual main storage, or sorry, to the nether hub. And this is going to be for like armories and brewing stations if we have one in Netherhub, those sorts of things. Maybe also a furnace array. I know I want to add one of those. But yeah, this is just very basic stuff uh, for what we want to do. And also, Penta added a very dedicated chest to me. The I'm too lazy to repair it, so I will just grab a new one chest. And I am very guilty of this. I do this so much. But yeah. That's pretty much all that's been going on. Also, one thing that I actually didn't show in the Nether Hub, and I wanted to show this, we got a new dim loader. So over here, we made a really compact dimension loader. So all the items get picked up from the Nether here, and they get just burnt in the lava. And we can also go see the overworlds. Actually, I don't think we have a bot there. We need to go back into the overworld manually. So here's our spawn. We're also trying to fix this up a little bit. Obviously, there's a lot that needs to get fixed, like this random budded water. But yeah, we are actually cleaning this up quite well so far. We just need to get rid of that, really. So we also have another switch now, which is for our dimension loader. So this one, sorry, this one here is our orangey switch, and then so that goes under it, through here and into the wall. Then we have this one here, which is for the dimension loader. Here we just use a repeater line. It's not worth it to use an instant wire, so it's really whatever. And here we have our new dimension loader. So this is on, I don't even know how many game ticks this is really. So it's 10 times 8 times 2, so that's 160 ticks, I guess, a clock. I'm not sure how many ticks it's supposed to be that you can have. I'm pretty sure up to 300, so we might want to add a couple more, but it's whatever. Right now it works, so we're not really going to be messing with that. But yeah, so now we actually are starting to work on more bolt and also some just like more convenience projects. So we need to start by taking in the mushroom bolt as well. We need to build a new design for that on CMP. We need to rebuild this bolt here. So this is our quad bit witch hut bolt. And yeah, I know that Penta was also trying to make a bolt to go up to our FTL. But I told him not to do that because obviously we're putting in a new FTL and brand new generation. Also, I can kind of explain what that FTL is going to be doing. I haven't actually spoken about it much outside of just Discord servers, but mainly because I don't want to make it public too much. But I can basically explain it to you. So the premise is we have instant encoding, or semi-instant encoding. It's slightly faster than XCOM's. Uh, but more importantly, we have a white TNT duper. And that's all that I really want to say about it right now. That's all I'm really comfortable saying. Alright, so the next thing is we actually got the Dragon Egg Dropper to start working. So this actually isn't really much of a dropper, it's just kind of a Dragon Egg placer more than anything. So here you can see the players going back and forth, and we're actually running the system with 2 players, by the way, so this is in any amount of players that you want Dragon Egg Dropper. So you just put in your number of players that you want on the right, angle them at the right height, and then make them use, and then you can just send them on their way. The players basically go up and down these side rail lines, and you can basically use these to tell the player where to go forward and back and just readjust it each time. You can't do something like Helix or even Bolt Breaker because you don't know how many players are here, so you actually need a full line in order to ensure that you actually get all the available spots there. But other than that, the break is actually really nice to use. It's not too hard. You can put in up to like at least 10 players, I'm sure. And I think that we're actually going to do something like this for Big Dig. I'm not sure, but we might. But yeah, I just wanted to get a small clip of this working. I think Ches is also working on a what do you call it, a replay of one of the previous Battle Breakers working, so you've probably already seen that, or you're about to see that soon. Okay, next project, End Pillars. So I've been doing a lot of mining, and we now have a decent amount of the Obsidian Pillars dug out. I'm using these basic machines that I designed in like not even a minute, and these are basically just what we're using to mine. So every single time that this bud here gets updated, when the obsidian gets removed, it'll go up and then down and then move the player down as well. Okay, so we've been using this for pretty much the whole pillar. You can see that we have quite a few obsidian bots on. Some of them have already finished, but that's pretty much all that's been going on here. I've also mined a little bit, so you can see I've mined 11,000. Penta mined 22,000, not using these, but he actually did his legit for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work to mine these end pillars. I'm actually not sure what we're going to do with the rest of the end island, so for those that don't know, we built a very basic three-way, which was also designed by me, to basically bomb out the top of the end island, and also, what do you call it, half of this end island, but then it got blown up by a dragon, because I don't know why. But yeah, so we decided to respawn the dragon that one time, and basically now we need to just mine all the obsidian. Okay, so one idea that we could do with the end island, I recently designed a really basic quarry, but it's quite slow, so I'm honestly not sure if we're gonna do it. We might try it though. I might bring it up towards the other members, so we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so it's a little bit later, and now we have a very shaky flow of endstone coming from the end dimension. So let's go ahead and check this out. We can go to the end. So we need to deal with our main end island, and we decided, well, not really. I kind of just put up a poll and nobody voted, so I decided to do it. But we decided to put up a little bit of a endstone quarry to get rid of all that endstone that's just sitting at our main end island, and that's been like that for, honestly, pretty much the whole time of Dustless, so let's go ahead and check this out. Go into the end, and here we are. So, you can see we have taken down a lot of the stuff that was just in the middle here, and we designed, or well, really, I say we, it was pretty much just me. I designed a quarry that we could have, or that we can use to mine endstone and pretty much every other block. It's a very, very basic quarry. It's top down, which is known to be inefficient, but it doesn't really matter for us in our case. We simply just want this done. So here we have a blast chamber. This exposes all the endstone, of course. And then here we have a giant conveyor system. Here there are fly machines, so these would normally be down here on top of the note blocks. And then we also have block grabbers, which are going right now. So I can show this whole quarry in on go. So basically these block grabbers, they find endstone that's in the way. If there's more than enough endstone here that's still push limit, then it'll just push it to the end. So this just goes right up to the extended pistons, and then, what do you call it, only one will get picked off, and then it'll keep on doing that until the full layer is mined. And then also one thing that as on this side, I guess I can show. There's only 2 observers that we're using for a return station, so these 2 observers is more than enough to self-return the machine, which is also a really nice feature that I found. But yeah, so we're just using self-returning flying machines here to grab 3 blocks, and basically this is what we use to put onto the block grabbers, and then from the block grabbers we put it into conveyors down here, and then the conveyors put it into the blast chamber, and then that's how we get the items. Okay, so also here you get the shell ender pearls. Here you can see the duper that we're using. So this is the same one that I used in the cobblestone farm. Uh, so these are very basic railless dupers. So they use observers instead of rails. And there's also no entities here, of course, other than the TNT itself, which is an entity when you dupe it. But yeah, it's a really nice duper. So you can pretty much see that there's like main heads to the whole of the machine. And those are just to push everything down. So we're using 3-way fly machines in order to push down all of these. Which, while it doesn't save us time, it saves us a lot of building efforts. Which is really what we were focusing on this quarry. Okay, so here you can see the whole AIM gate getting triggered. And that sends down the grabbers. So right now the grabbers are only grabbing the main endstone because we just started it. But eventually it's going to be grabbing full rows of endstone. Oh, there goes Penta. And then we have this processing machine which goes across, pushes it down into the conveyors, and then after a certain amount of time, the conveyors will start. They'll collect the endstone, the TNT system will start, and then they get blown up. Also, there's a client-side glitch. I don't know why. Oh, okay. Me and Penta both have this issue. Apparently, with the clients, Obsidian can be exploded, which I don't really get. I guess I can show that this is also ghost blocks. If you just right-click it, you could see that they come back, but normally they just stay there, apparently. Let's go some on this side. And yeah, you can see right there. For some reason it gets exploded. But yeah, that doesn't really matter all that much. So from there, the endstone goes into a giant glass tube here. Then we can see some endstone hopefully coming. Yep. And then it just goes down this whole water stream. Oh my god, use my fireworks. There. So it goes right up until right here, where it will be dropped into the end portal. And arrive at spawn. Okay, so this quarry is not very fast. To mine the whole end island, it'll probably take about 20 days. And keep in mind that that's not even the full end island. We bombed a little bit back when we started the server, but eventually that 3-way got bombed by a ender dragon when we went to go fight all of our dragons. Uh, but now we have a shulker loader on the overworld side. I guess you can also see the progress towards the first box. Okay, so yeah, we already got 5 stacks of endstone from the quarry. Considering that we just started this, like, not even, I don't know, half an hour ago, and this isn't even running on full speed, I would say that that's actually quite good. So that's pretty much what I've been working on for, like, the past couple hours. In total, that whole quarry took me about, I would say, about an hour and a half to build, maybe 2 hours. In total, it took me 2 hours 45, but I also had to do a school assignment, so it doesn't really count. But yeah, so here you can see the ensign is getting pillared, but you can, what do you call it? Once it moves down, it's going to also fill in these gaps here, because there will be ensign attached to the side of these grabbers as well. So that's pretty much how the quarry works. I don't really think that there's anything else to go over, really. Uh, Everything crashes up against the end here, and then it'll slowly get mined. Also, here we have a flying machine, so that when it goes down, this gets launched and this triggers the other side. Also, I just realized that this water elevator is in the way. Yeah, okay, I might actually need to fix that. I'm gonna go do that now. But yeah, that's pretty much how the core is working right now. It's doing well, but obviously it still has a very long way to go. Alright, but that'll probably be it for today, so thank you so much for watching. Go check out any of the other Dustless videos in case you haven't already. Uh, yeah, have a nice day. Bye.